Hey, my name is Michael Sutton. I want to get into athletes and celebrities doing drugs and alcohol, especially athletes when they really shouldn't be at all, especially during the season. But if they win to get to the playoffs or championship, that's up to them. But they wonder why they lose with being hungover. My brother, I'm not saying his name, was in a fraternity at the University of Missouri in Columbia. I will get people in trouble for them providing alcohol and drugs to minors and athletes on the University of Missouri showing up to their parties when they should not be at all. I would tell players on the team to not show up, and they still did, meaning the players on the team. They would drink, and I don't know if they did drugs, but then they wonder why they lost games because they were not in the gym or doing their homework. It's been years later since I lived in Columbia, Missouri. A lot of the players on that Missouri team that when they were the number 2 seed got arrested years later and needed to be kicked off the team, which some of them were, for not even having the grades. And it even hurts to say this because with being the number 2 seed, we had a chance, but they would not prepare for the next game and go out to the parties at fraternities, wouldn't listen to me. And whoever the coach was, probably Mike Anderson, your players were acting foolish. They were stupid. And it's same with celebrities who are actors, musicians. Puff Daddy is probably never getting out of prison. He was supposed to look out for Notorious B.I.G. They went to California, as some of you and most of you know, and that is how Big died. They just wanted to have a good time, yeah, but he can't promise to look out for someone like that and let him get shot, basically. I know he can't look after everyone at all times, meaning Puff, but he wasn't even in the car with Big. My dad worked at the Chase Park Plaza, and the St. Louis Cardinals players stayed there during the season. Tony La Russa was basically a drunk. He's had 3 DWIs. He would be at the bar or in his room drinking, be passed out asleep in his car when the DWIs happened, and he needed to be evicted from that hotel. He's not a good person at all, and I wear a Dodgers hat because the Dodgers spend money. I'm from St. Louis. The Cardinals don't spend. As we know, Ohtani, Soto got $700 million contracts. It's their choice if they want to leave the team, so leave them alone for making that decision. The Yankees were not good enough. The Dodgers were stacked. And Aaron Judge's girlfriend is even on a body cam getting arrested just because she's stupid. It doesn't matter if her boyfriend's Aaron Judge. It does not matter who you are to go to jail. A police officer came by my house in my neighborhood in Chesterfield to speak to me. He didn't take me to jail, but he said Leonard Little from the Rams got arrested and he was drinking and driving. And also, I'm not buying drugs from stupid people when there are dispensaries, and those people cannot be trusted, meaning the drug dealers, they act like they're hard when they're really losers, and I know an officer from my childhood who is my colleague, and I'll have you taken to jail if you come by where I live. It's marijuana is for cancer patients and people who can't eat or sleep and have a card that's verified. Yes, it's legal, but it causes people to get in accidents, make horrible decisions. I saved people's lives not going to my brother's fraternity parties, basically. The guys in there act like you had a drink and smoke. Half of them failed out and deserved to. Their parents paid for the house. The students did not. They deserved to be kicked out, and that's part of the reason why my dad failed out when he was at Mizzou. He let his drinking get out of control, and he did not deserve a second chance, meaning my dad. If any Cardinals players stay at the Chase Park Plaza, I don't know if they do, because I'm not going back to that hotel with how horrible it went down back then. You do not have permission to ask for their autographs, and there are usually bodyguards by their door, meaning the Cardinals players, and none of you have permission to ask me for jobs, free anything. I'm not going to keep being stopped when I leave my condo and get stopped by a crazy person questioning me why I'm wearing a Dodgers hat in St. Louis, and the Cardinals last won in 2011, and they don't spend money. They don't. They're not my favorite team. I liked the Dodgers because of Jackie Robinson and other players currently on their team. And it's my choice who I like, and I could do this debate all day. I'm going to use what I saw back then for evidence in my court date, meaning the players on the team going to the parties and people not listening to me for not going anymore. They could have gotten accidents, and a lot of them ended up in facilities, meaning the students, which they deserve to, and I would not let any of them around me ever again. With what I experienced living in Columbia, I wanted to leave immediately, and people are stupid for drinking a pitcher of beer at a bar, and they'll end up falling down, getting in a wreck, getting in a fight. It's stupid being in a town like that, and the students wonder why they'll drop out or fail out. They don't deserve a second chance, and some deserve to be in jail. So I'll contact the officer from my childhood to discuss this if any of you come by randomly, and it does not matter who you are. I don't care if you make six figures and have one of those BS white collar jobs where you sit at a desk all day and spend it on alcohol and other things, and I'm using this evidence for court. So if all of you want to have the world to continue to be like this, where alcohol and drugs play a part in having mental illness eventually, I don't want to see any of you that I know around me. I'm tired of how the way things are, and if you stop me wondering why I'm wearing a Dodgers hat here, I'll just tell you off. So I'm signing off, and goodbye.